Welcome to online class. I hope all of you are well and safe. Today I would like to discuss about chapter 5. The topics for today is duet rule and octet rule in covalent compound and ionic compound, and next topics solubility of ionic compound in water. The first, octet rule in covalent compound. Suppose CH4. First, what is octet rule? When constituting a molecule, an element obtain the state of inert gas by donating, accepting, or sharing electrons. This is the rule of octet, or this is known as octet rule. The center atom of this compound is carbon, so the electronic configuration of carbon 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. So at excited state it will be 1s2, 2s, 1, 2px1, 2py1, 2pz1. So this is the valence shell or last orbit. So with this single electron or unpaired electron, 4 hydrogen can be attached with this unpaired electrons. By this, CH4 is formed. Now we see in orbit figure, this is the nucleus, first orbit, and this is second orbit. Cross symbol is the electron of carbon, and the last shell or valence shell, this is the unpaired electron. So this electron is shared with a hydrogen, and this is the electron of this hydrogen which is shared with carbon. So a covalent bond is formed between this carbon and hydrogen. This is the covalent bond which is formed by sharing electron with each other. Similarly, this is another hydrogen atom center, and this is the electron. So another covalent bond between carbon and hydrogen is formed by sharing electrons. This is also another hydrogen atom, and this is the electron. So this is also the covalent bond which is formed by sharing electrons between carbon and hydrogen. Another bond so here 4 covalent bonds are formed by sharing electrons between carbon and hydrogen. So if we see the last orbit or valence shell of carbon, we can see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 electrons, which is the state of inert gas. So this is the octet rule, or this compound follows the octet rule. Now, duet rule. Constituting a molecule, atoms will have one or more than one pairs of electrons. If we see the last orbit of carbon, we can see there are four pairs. One pair, one pair, one pair, one pair. There are four pairs of electrons. Ultimately, there is no unpaired electron in the valence shell. So this is duet rule, and it follows also duet rule. Now, ionic compound. Ionic compound. If we see the structure of sodium chloride, the electronic configuration of sodium is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. Chlorine 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p x, 3p y, 3p z. So this is the valence shell of chlorine, and this is the valence shell of sodium. We see that in the valence shell there is only one electron in the valence shell. So to obtain the state of inert gas, sodium needs to eliminate these electrons from its outermost orbit, and in the case of chlorine there are 7 electrons in the outermost orbit or valence shell. So it will be more easier to accept one electron to obtain the state of inert gas. That is why chlorine will accept one electrons in the outermost or valence shell. If we see, so when sodium eliminate or donate this electron or the electron of the last orbit, so it forms Na plus. And when chlorine receive one electron in the outermost orbit, then a negative charge is formed, and an electrostatic force is developed between this opposite ion, and which is ionic bond, and the compound will be NaCl, which is ionic compound. Now if we see in orbit figure, we can see that this is 1, 2, 3. This is the last electron of sodium. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is sodium. When it eliminate one electron from this outermost orbit, it will be formed it will be formed 1, 2, 3, this is Na plus. So the last orbit of Na plus is covered with 8 electrons. This is the state of inert gas. If we see the orbit figure of chlorine, assume that this is the orbit figure of chlorine. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 and this 7. So this is the orbit figure of chlorine. So when this chlorine receive electron, it will be on and on. The received electron is denoted by this cross symbol. So ultimately this will be chloride ion. So the total number of electrons in the outermost orbit will be 8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So it follows the octet rule, both duet rule. So between these two opposite ion, electrostatic force is developed, which by this force between these ionic bond is formed and the compound will be NaCl. So NaCl will follow duet rule and octet rule. I hope all of you have understood this octet rule and duet rule in covalent compound and ionic compound. Next term, solubility of ionic compound in water. Solubility of ionic compound in water. If we see the structure formula of H2O, this is the structural formula of H2O. This is one covalent bond, this is another covalent bond. We know oxygen is more electronegative than hydrogen. So this bond electron move towards this oxygen a little bit. So oxygen will be negatively charged and hydrogen will be positively charged. Similarly, when this bond electron moves towards this oxygen, so partial negative charge is formed in oxygen side and partial positive charge is formed in hydrogen. So this type of charged covalent compound is called polar compound. Polar covalent compound. So here is a question: why H2O is called polar covalent compound? This is very important knowledge, comprehensive based question. So this is the reason for formation of polarity. And now if we dissolve ionic compound in H2O, ionic compound means suppose NaCl, and NaCl is ionic state Na plus Cl minus. So Na plus this positively charged port is attached with this negatively charged part. Another H2O molecule, negatively charged, positively charged. Ultimately, positive part of ionic compound is attached with the negative part of H2O, and similarly, negative charge is attached with positive charge. By this process, ionic compound is dissolved in water. I hope all of you have understood this. So, be serious about your study and stay safe. Thank you very much.